Hello, everybody. I have one more assessment resource to share with you this week. The last couple of weeks, we've looked at some resources to help integrate the practices into assessments and then also to find assessments online. And this document that I want to share this week pulls the cross-cutting concepts in. So basically what they've done is for each cross-cutting concept, they have come up with several different categories. And then for each category, there is a series of questions that you can use with your students. And so these are great for summative assessments. So you could actually just pull the questions as is, put them on the student summative assessment. These work really well with the task formats because they are designed to be used with a data set or a phenomenon or a model. You could also modify them so that you maybe change some of them to be multiple choice questions so that you could have a combination of multiple choice and open-ended questions on an assessment. They are also really great for formative assessments or classroom activities during instruction. So you could pull them for a writing prompt, for exit tickets, for discussion questions, for small group discussions. So there are a lot of different ways you could use them in your classroom. And they are also a really good tool for learning a little more about the cross-cutting concepts yourself. So the cross-cutting concepts, just as a quick reminder, are lenses that we use to frame our thinking. And so if I was presented with a problem, so for example, maybe I'm looking at plant growth rates, and I see that the species of cactus grows really, really slowly compared to the species of bamboo, which grows relatively quickly. So if I'm presented with this problem, there are a lot of different lenses that I could use to try to figure out what was going on. Maybe I start looking for patterns, and so I look at where they live, what the environment is like, how much water they get, how much sunlight they get, and see if I could use some patterns to explain what is causing one to grow so fast and one to grow so slow. Maybe I look at it through a different lens. Maybe I look at it through a lens of energy and matter and try to figure out what is going on with the energy and matter conversions and see if that can help me figure out what's going on. Or maybe I use the cross-cutting concept of systems, and I start thinking about these plants as systems and what might be going on and how the systems are different. And so once I have an understanding of what the cross-cutting concepts are, I still need to be able to figure out all the different pieces that make up each cross-cutting concept, and this document can help with that. So if we look, for example, at the systems and system models cross-cutting concept, they've broken it up into these categories that I can use to better understand the cross-cutting concept myself and also to help my students use the cross-cutting concept. So I might want to think about how different pieces of the system are interacting with each other. So that's one piece of using this cross-cutting concept. Another piece is to be able to define boundaries of a system. So if I'm using the cross-cutting concept of systems, that's another skill that I need to be able to, or another way of thinking that I need to be able to use. Maybe I am going to be considering feedback loops or how energy and matter are moving through the system. Maybe we're actually looking at design systems. So these are questions that we could use when we're working on engineering projects with our students. Maybe we're thinking more about how we're modeling a system and what the model actually represents, what limitations it has. So this document is also a great way to kind of dive a little deeper into the cross-cutting concepts to better understand what each one, all the different components of each one, and how I might help my students understand each of those components. So I hope this document comes in handy when you're both working on assessments and instruction, and then also as a way to better understand the cross-cutting concepts yourself.